What up, what up, what up, what up? This is your big brother, Cape Truth, the swole preacher. So today, topic of today is Tupac versus AKA's matter. Both of these gentlemen were my favorite rapper, so I feel like I have to voice my opinions on how they were killed and why should somebody want them killed. All right? But before I get to this video, I just want to say these few lines of The World Is Yours song by Super Mega. All right? You played it safe. I raised the bar. Amazing grace. I praise the Lord. Versace store. The world is yours. Monate so. Paparazzi one with the family. You know what I'm saying, man? I love Super Mega, man. Rest in peace, King. We loved you. And we want to see the shooter getting shot at. We want to see the shooter getting killed or spending the rest of his life behind bars. Okay? So, first, before I get to the video, I want to say when Tupac was born. Tupac Shakur was born in June 16, 1971. And he died in September 13, 1996. He was 25 years old when he died. AKA was born January 28, 1988, and he died February 10, 2023. He died when he was 35 years old. All right? Both of these young men were superstars. Both of these gentlemen were outstanding rappers, you know, but there's some similarity, but there's also a big contrast in their matters, all right? And these contrasts that I want to point it out later on this video, okay? So, both of these guys were assassinated, okay? Tupac got 4 bullet shot on his chest, on his arm, on his leg, you know what I'm saying? And during the time of murder, he was with Suge Knight. They were coming from, I don't know what fight was it, but they were coming from the fight, all right? It was a fight night in Las Vegas, all right? So he was stopped at a red light in the intersection in Flamingo Intersection Road, all right? So the attacker came behind him with a white Cadillac, rolled down his window, pointed that strap, and shot at Pac, and also injured Suge Knight. However, Suge Knight survived his injuries because he had only minor injuries on his head. And later that day, or after the day, he was discharged from the hospital. Okay? So, AK was assassinated as well. Okay? But what I believe, which all of y'all can agree, all them dudes that were on that video knew exactly what was going on. Because there is no shooter in the world. You know, I come from the goddamn hood. I come from the hood, brother. I know shooting. I know stabbing. I know gang violence. I know combat fight. You know what I'm saying, man? So, the fact that the guy came, casually walked up to Super Mega, shot him close range, double shot at him close range, you know, that kind of looks suspicious because there is no shooter or any enemy will come attack you knowing that you are standing with your friends, you are by your friends, you know, and these friends might also be armed. And these friends might also shoot at you when you try to shoot at your friend. You know what I'm saying? So them guys knew exactly what was going on. So they actually planned the whole thing, you know, from looking at the video and their action that are seen on video, that suggests that they knew exactly, you know, the plan of that night. So AK was shot in Florida Road, East Devon. You know what I'm saying? Tupac was shot at Flamingo Road. AK was shot at Florida Road. You see what I'm saying? See this similarity with the names? I'm getting somewhere with this. So, AK was shot, double shot. I guess that was like 2 bullet. Uh, okay, and Pac got 4. Okay, who was Tupac's enemies? Tupac's enemies was the East Side gang, the politicians, you know what I'm saying? The police. So Tupac actually had more people hating on him. And he also had more people love him or loving him. Okay? So, who was AKA's enemy? Can you answer that question? Who was AKA's enemy? The prime suspect or the prime suspected enemy is Moses Tembe, the father of Anela's Tembe, because of what happened to her daughter. You know what I'm saying? So there's nobody else that hated AKA. Even the beef that he had with Casper, it wasn't so serious, you know, to the point that Casper want him dead or want to take him out of the game. You know what I'm saying? It was just a normal beef of hip hop, of the industry. You know what I'm saying? So, who was AK's enemy? Is Moses Tembe. All right? That's the only enemy we clear about, guys. So, 2 days after the shooting. I mean, Tupac died 2 days after the shooting. No, 6 days after the shooting, right? And the suspected shooter was, no, Tupac died, 6 days after the shooting incident, Vegas incident, okay? And the main suspect, the prime suspect, shooting suspect, was Orlando Anderson. Guess what happened to Orlando Anderson? Orlando Anderson was murdered before being charged. Orlando Anderson was murdered before being charged. Okay, why can't we do the same thing with them dudes? Why can't we do the same thing with them dudes? You know, because their actions are clearly seen on the CCTV footage. So we cannot afford to overanalyze the video, to overanalyze and over speculate when we can clearly see what really transpired that night. Okay? So I suggest that if the cops can do their jobs, the detective can do their jobs, all aka Super Megas fan have to take actions. We have to make them dudes disappear too. We have to send them dudes on a permanent vacation. Make them vanish from the face of the earth because they made aka vanished in front of our eyes. So we have to do something about that, guys. Because Orlando Anderson was shot 2 years after he shot Tupac. You see, let me tell you something. Trust nobody. That is one of Tupac's famous lines. Trust nobody. But yet he trusted Suge Knight. Why would Suge Knight want Tupac dead? We don't know. But let me say what I think is. Maybe Tupac wanted to break away from Death Row Records, or Tupac was going to outshine Suge Knight, and Suge Knight felt that, hey, this young man's gonna take over, you know what I'm saying? Or he want to pull away from me, and he's the best artist I have in my studio, in my company. You know, I cannot